Shalom. First, I want to say all praises and glory be unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Basham Kakodash, that belongs to the other apostles of the great millstone, who rule well, and honors salutations to you, Akim, that's laboring. Shalom to you, few Akwaf that believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Now, this is an article from the Detroit Free Press, and it's entitled "The Next Flint?" Question mark. Groups call for EPA to intervene, provide safe water to Benton Harbor. Now, EPA is a acronym for Environmental Protection Agency, and I'm here to tell you they're not going to provide safe water for Benton Harbor. It's not in the interest of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, to provide safe water to any of you Israelites, no matter where you live at, across this land, or where you're on the islands, what have you. That's not his interest. All right? He's our enemy, along with the rest of the heathen. All right? So, with that being said, all right, I want to play this news clip and see what they say. I didn't read the article. I want to read a little bit of it, and I'm gonna just bring out the scriptures that the Spirit will allow, and Lord willing, is edifying. Cause I know personally, this water here have been filtered for many of years, and this is dated September the 10th, 2021. Well, I knew this September of 07. And how do I know this? I became a nuclear contract worker in the summer of 2007. I knew then that the very Lake Michigan that is, that they used to water Benton Harbor, I knew it was highly contaminated. Because I worked in the environmental department, as far as one of my job titles I held in the nuclear industry. So, I knew personally, roughly 14 years ago, over 14 years ago, because it's almost October, I knew back then that this water was filthy, all right? So with that being said, I'm going to play the video, and let me get into the article and bring out some scriptures. I don't want to talk too much.
We do a thorough check, making sure that no one was missed in this having this opportunity to have the lead service lines removed from their homes. But right now we have fewer than 500 before we get to our completion goal.
EPA first provided $100 million in grant funding for water infrastructure improvements throughout the city, and the state contributed another $20 million for that effort. That money has allowed for the completion of over 26,000 service line excavations, resulting in replacement over 9,700 lead service lines. No longer should Flint be considered a symbol of governmental failure. Rather, it should become a model of what recovery can look like in this country.
Okay. So, you heard what he said. He's saying that Flint is not a governmental failure, but it should be looked at as a recovery symbol. Excuse me. All right, so the guy's mind, man, let's get that, man, because I mean, that was quite funny. He said that, You know, how the hell? How the hell can you how the hell can you say it's a symbol of recovery when you already deliberately, blatantly, okay, um, uh, you already pretty much knew the water was contaminated, and you acted um, with blatant negligence to begin with. So this is Psalm 73:8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. All right, they speak loftily. If you don't know what loftily is, let's get that. Loftily. That's all that really was. Here we go. They speak loftily concerning oppression. All right. It says exalted of high rank, with a high purpose. High is attested loftiness of high moral or intellectual value, elevated in nature or style. Argue in terms of high flown ideals, of imposing height, especially standing out above others, having or displaying great dignity or nobility. Now, we know that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, have no kind of dignity or nobility about himself. All right. But do we try to stand out like he's above others? Of course he do. He portrays himself like he's above us. When, yeah, he's in the ruling seat, but when it all comes down to it, really we above you heathen, man. All right, we're above you heathen. All right, let's go to the article. And that's all that guy was doing in that video. Speaking lawfully, we're not the minorities. All right, we're not the minorities. We're the majority as far as the people. All right, Israelites outpopulate every nation under the sun. The reason why you're labeled minorities, look at the root word, minor. Before I read, let's get that, man. A lot of you guys think you're important. You think, I should mean, no, not that one. You think you should be of importance to this man. Minority. Let's get it. State or condition of being smaller. A sense now obsolete. It says lesser, smaller, junior. State of being under legal age. No, that's not it. Small number or part, smaller of two aggregates into which wholes divided numerically. Let's see what we get for definitions. A group of people who differ racially or politically from a larger group of which it is a part. Yeah. So, you're minor, man. All right, you're minor to this government. This is Esau's government, man. You're supposed to be minor. We're not friends. We're not family. We're not kindred. That was cut off a long time ago. So get into the article. It says, citing an ongoing risk of lead poisoning to residents of Ben Harbor through their public drinking water, 20 environmental and public advocacy organizations on Thursday filed a petition with the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, urging federal intervention to secure safe water supplies for the Southwest Michigan city's nearly 10,000 residents. For at least 3 years, the people of Ben Harbor have been living with contaminated water. Like I said, the last 3 years is a joke. I worked around Edomite men in the nuclear industry. They even said themselves they wouldn't dare go swimming in Lake Michigan, the beaches we got around here. Seriously. They said they wouldn't drink the water, none of that. Even in their own homes, they said they use a lot of them use well water and also filters with that to take extra precaution on the different toxin levels and harm of arsenic that's within the water. So you're not talking to someone, or you're not listening to someone that don't know about these things. I know these things personally. I worked in environmental, in the environment, as far as the environmental department, not only in the nuclear world, but also plating shop. A plating shop I worked at, where I had to filter solids from water, so we get down to a certain level of parts per million, all that. I did all that stuff. Had to test the water, see the different metal levels in the water. I did that job. You see what I'm saying? I'm not speaking from thin air. I'm speaking from personal experience of working in this field. For at least 3 years, the people of Ben Harbor have been living with contaminated water. We urgently need safe, clean water right now, today. The Reverend Edward Pickney, a faith leader in the community and president of the grassroots Ben Harbor Community Water Council, said in an online news conference. And I know this guy right here, Reverend Pickney. It's Reverend Edward Pickney. I've been knowing this guy since I was man. I think I came to this world knowing this man, him and his wife. All right, he's one of them guys that's one of them jakes that's educated. Excuse me, my sciences. But he's one of them guys that him and his wife are educated. He actually used his career or his platform within his job field, his money, all that, to actually do some improving in Jake community. He struggled with that because he don't have support. No, it's a decent gesture he do, pretty much. All right, and you have a water council that he actually does. I know about that because some of my relatives participate in it. All right, as was the case with Flint's water crisis, which began in 2014, the excessive lead levels are believed to be coming from corroding old lead water pipes. Either the city's old lead lines, the residential lines leading from the city system to home taps, or both. In Flint, the city switched from a Detroit water supply to Flint River water at the direction of then Governor Rick Snyder's administration without using necessary water additives to deter lead corrosion from entering the water. Which, when you look into that situation, it was beyond that. They knew that the Flint River was contaminated and highly toxic decades before they even switched it over. And this is going back decades. I believe it was the 60s or 70s. And they deemed it to be unfit in like the 80s. So why would you switch the water source from I forget the Lake Huron or whatever lake over there by that side of the part of Michigan. But they switched it from the lake to that Flint River. All right, deliberately, knowing it was toxic. So, anyways, that was they just falsifying stuff, right? The truth is they knew. All right. In Flint, the city switched from a Detroit water supply to Flint. In Flint, the city switched from a Detroit water supply to Flint River water at the direction of then Governor Rick Snyder's administration without using necessary water additives to deter lead corrosion from entering the water. It exposed the population to excessive lead levels in their drinking water for months. Michigan and other defendants are finalizing a more than $641 million settlement to class action lawsuits stemming from the contamination. So, this is the thing. All right. Esau, okay, he don't care about you Israelites, man. How many times must we tell you, right? How many times must we say these things and you not listen? Well, Esau ain't like that, man. Just reading my is okay, man. That's you, Israelites. That's your whole thing, man. But when you look at the things that Esau have done to you, or you look at his actions, what's the saying? Actions speak louder than words. How have Esau's actions been toward you tribes? Are not all his actions evil toward you? Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Why you think your water is contaminated? Let's jump down to verse 10. It says, Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. Yeah, America. You so-called Native American, you Seminoles, you Latinos, you Mexicans, whatever you all you tribes in general. This is not your rest. Esau's government is polluted. His society is polluted. His food is polluted. The water polluted. The air is polluted. Everything is polluted. What are you not understanding? Okay? What are you not getting? Slaki. What are you not understanding? You see? This is going to keep happening to you. Until you're liberated and freed from this man. But a lot of you don't want to be liberated. A lot of you want to stay right here in America, right here up under Esau, even the so-called white man, and he's been putting his foot in your ass for a long time. The state or condition that you're in is so bad that you got comfortable with living like that. I'm talking about you tribes, man. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. You Israelites, man. You got so goddamn comfortable with living like this, man. Living in poverty. Living in an oppressed state of living, man. You got comfortable living in the lower state. Isaiah 30:12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. You see? It's like it for the noise. I'm on break at work, at my main job. But yeah, you trust in oppression and perverseness. You want to remain there. You want to remain in this condition. You love America. America have shown you nothing but bitterness, and yet you love America. See? Ain't that what the Lord asked Israel in the first chapter of Isaiah? Let's see here. Excuse me. Isaiah 1-4. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters, they have forsaken Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are going away backward. That's our people, man. Here it is, Yahweh by Shem Yahweh have given us this knowledge. And most of our people just reject it and despise it. So what's going to happen to you, man? You're going to die right here in America. 2/3 of you Negro, Latino, Native American, you Israelites, man. You're going to die right here in America. Right here. You know why? Because you're full of shit, man. How the hell can you love to be oppressed and fucking trodden down every day, every week, every month, year after year? When our power is called unto us. Had not Yahweh Shema stretched out his hand? Had not the Heavenly Father and the Son stretched out their hand to us by giving us his word? Verse 5. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Yeah. Why should you be... Let's go back to the online etymology dictionary. Stricken. Why should ye be stricken anymore? I don't understand. Stricken, wounded, affected by disease, trouble, etc. Why you still want to let your you still want to create more wounds? The diseases you get from being under this man, you love that? You enjoy that? You enjoy being diabetics, high blood pressure, hypertension, all that. Lead in your water. Lead affect the neural system. What are you not understanding? I'm not getting it, man. And pardon me for my anger, but I'm highly pissed, man. Why should you be stricken anymore? You will revolt more and more. And that's what go on. You try to come up to us, men of the Lord, that's out teaching you the truth, risking our lives, doing the will of Yahweh Shem Shai, because we actually believe in Yahweh Shem Shai. We believe in the Heavenly Father and the Son. We believe in Yahweh Shai. And you revolt or rebel, same thing. Every time. Every time. Let me continue on, man. I ain't gonna rant. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint. Yeah, the heart means mind. Your mind is fainted. You don't even know how to heal your fucking self, man. Excuse my rude speech, man. You don't even know how to heal your own selves, man. Spiritually, mentally, and even physically. But us men of Yahweh Shem Shai, we know how. It's called returning and being obedient to the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. You see? So we know. We realize that, hey, we need Yahweh Shem Shai. Alright, we need Yahweh Shem Shai to deliver us, save us from this man Esau, Edom, the wicked, so-called white man. He's Esau, he's Edom, he's your enemy. You see? Not that. Let's see, Baruch. Good time to bring up Baruch. Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. Let me see. Starting at verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which we are our forefathers, which departed from Yahweh our power. Yeah, man. We are yet this day in captivity. And what I get from most of our people is they want to remain in captivity. See? Verse 9. Hear Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. How happened it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land? Yeah, even you so-called Native Americans. Yeah, yeah, we was over here first. So what? We was over here for a purpose, for a reason. All according to prophecy. Okay. Because you're in the this is not the land of Israel. So you're in a strange land. You so-called Latinos. This is not the land of Israel. So therefore, you are in a strange land too. You're Israelites as well. How happened it? How happened it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead, that thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. Yeah, because we spiritually, those of us that believe in Yahweh Shem Shai as true men of the Lord, we believe in Yahweh Shem Shai, so we spiritually living. Even though we're not liberated yet, we're spiritually living, right? But overall, we're not living physically. As a nation, we're not living mentally or spiritually. As a whole nation, it's only a few of us. Only the remnant is living spiritually, man. The ones that answered when Yahweh Shem Shai called. Verse 12, thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom. For if thou hast walked in the way of the Heavenly Father, thou shouldst have dwelt in peace forever. Yeah. Verse 14, learn where is wisdom, where is strength, where is understanding, that thou mayest know also where is length of days and life, where is the light of the eyes and peace. And that's the easy answer for us brothers that believe, but for you non-believers, that's Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, the light, the knowledge. Light represents knowledge, right? That knowledge have been presented to us. How many of you out there are accepting this knowledge that is given to us from Yahweh Shem Shai? Isaiah 60:1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee. Our light has come. The knowledge of the scriptures, the wisdom and understanding of the scriptures. If you don't get this truth, you're gonna die right here in America. I'm telling all you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, you Israelites. If you don't get this knowledge, if you don't love this knowledge and do the will of Yahweh Shem Shai, you're gonna die right here in America. Zechariah 13:8 applies to you. All right, and not the Lord say that man. Hosea 4:6. It says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou should be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. See? Verse 7. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame. See? And that's how we look right now. As a nation, we look very, very, very shamed as a nation. We're the sons of the living power. But the majority of our people don't act like it. And that's why the majority of our people are going to die. The Lord is going to kill them. Yahweh is going to kill you, man. Because you are rebellious, man. It's stiff-necked. The scriptures tell you that the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. That's why us men of Yahweh Shema, we look forward to a new heavens and a new earth, where the earth gonna be refreshed again, cleansed and purified, so that it's habitable. But the rest of you, and we'll see you on the other side, man. And with that, I gotta get back in there to work. So shalom. Lord willing, you're edified.